Tell me if
Welcome. We're coming to you live. It's 2:00 Eastern Time in Jersey, New York City, and points east. I'm Recipe Rob. This is Grill Master Matt Porraro, the inventor of the Grillie. And Matt, what are we cooking up in today's webcast?
Today we're going to be cooking up one of my favorite seafood dishes, shrimp, scallops, and mangoes. One of the first seafood dishes I did where I mixed all the food together. And then I'm just going to throw in some barbecue buffalo wings that came from the frozen section, and I bought a bag of Purdue buffalo wings. So those are the
Now, are these two separate recipes? Are you going to add the buffalo wings into the?
Here's the buffalo wings here.
Okay.
And here are my shrimp, scallops, and mango.
Did you count them?
Did I count them? No, I did not count them. There, I don't know. There's about 2 pounds of food in each one. I figure.
Wait, how many? How much is that? How many pounds?
About 2 pounds. I try to fill the grill. I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley. There's about 2 pounds of food in each of the Grillies. I try to fill the Grillies no more than halfway. That's general rule of thumb, but it all depends what you're cooking. In this case, you'll see how I fill the Grillies. Grillie, what is it? It's the greatest grilling device ever, but that's not important right now because we're cooking the Grillie. We're cooking seafood and buffalo wings. So I got the grill already preheated. Hey, Recipe Rob, is there a technical gremlin in our shoot today?
Probably, yes. Just having some fun with the audience. Okay, now before we get started, for those people that are new to the webcast here, What is this thing called the Grillie? Now, I know what it is because I've been using it since the spring, but what is the Grillie and how did you come up with it and why do I need one?
Grillie is my tube of a mesh basket that you fill with food, and all the food that you put in here cooks evenly and it marinates together. It's simple to use, simple to clean, and it is probably going to revolutionize the way we grill forever. My intentions were just to make a product, a simple design to cook and grill vegetables the easiest way I could think of. This is what came out of that idea. And since then, we've cooked everything in the Grillie. You'll see today how simple it is. You don't have to.
So question. How is that different from these grill baskets?
Well, in the grill baskets that you see there, they don't turn, they don't rotate, and you will have to take all your food in those baskets and move them and turn it over back and forth in order to get it to cook properly. Most of the time you can't do that. With the Grillie, you take it and you rotate it. You'll see how I do it with a grill fork, and all the food cooks evenly. My customers tell me this all the time. They say the difference between the grill baskets and the Grillie is the food cooks evenly, and they just all the grill baskets they have purchased collect dust. I've had a customer who has used this since they bought it back when I first released it in late May, and they've used it almost every single day. It's almost 90 days of grilling with the Grillie. They don't use anything else. I will warn you, if you buy a Grillie, you will be in for excessive grilling. You could be afflicted with that disease called excessive grilling. Yes, I am serious. And stop calling me Shirley. Excessive grilling. It's a disease that the only way if you don't want to be afflicted by it, don't buy the Grillie. But I promise you, if you buy the Grillie, you will have the best food ever, and it's easy.
Wait, are you telling people not to go to mygrillie.com?
If they don't want to be obsessed with grilling and probably lose their family for a few weeks because they won't see them, their family will absolutely miss them, Yes, that's right. Don't go to mygrillie.com. Mygrillie.com is not something you want to go to if you want to be consumed with grilling. But I'm going to show you something really easy today. You want to see how to do the mango? Here, the only thing I use with the mango. Oh, great. We got the other camera person's working. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, camera.
he's non-union though. Is that a problem?
No, no. So what we're going to use today is the Old Bay seasoning, and that's the only thing I use in the seafood here. That's the only thing I like to. And you can also add the seasoning while you're grilling because of the mesh. The buffalo wings are straight from the frozen section. Just going to pop them into the grillie. By the way, this is frozen mango, frozen shrimp, and frozen scallops. So that's it. So I'm going to just take all of this, pop it
And
in.
what's your barbecue heated up to?
Right now it's a little over 450. I like to cook at high temperatures. It cooks very quickly, cooks evenly. That's sort of, I've found that Grillie likes high temperatures.
And what was the prep time? I know we did prep before we went live, but what was your prep time today?
Oh, maybe 5 minutes. Took me more time to cut open the bags and open them than it did to do anything else. I just let them thaw. That's it.
No, I saw one of your other videos months back where you did 80 wings, 80 buffalo wings in 15 minutes.
Yep. 80 buffalo wings in 15 minutes. So here's my wings. I'm putting them on. So here's my Grillie filled with seafood. Now, I didn't put a lot of seafood in here, but I have enough. And I could put a lot more in here. I could double that if I wanted to. I'm going to close that down. Give me 1 second. I have to go get my oil. Oil is an important thing. The oil is, I'll show you how to use it right now.
Well, so while Matt's doing that, I am going to go to the
So
website.
here's
Oh,
the
okay,
oil.
you're back. I didn't know you were going to be back that quickly.
Back the oil. And can you see the, let me see. Can you see the grill?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me move that over. Let me move that camera over just a little bit more. How's that? Perfect. So I take oil and I spray a little bit on here, not much.
So what type of oil are you using?
I'm using olive oil. And then I will spray a little bit, rotate it, spray, rotate, spray, rotate. You know, in the first minute or so, I just want to make sure I get everything nice and lubricated. The olive oil works for me the best, and at high heats, it is totally fine. And
Did you have to check with Popeye before you used olive oil?
Yeah, no, I did not check with Popeye.
Now, could you put olive oil on Popeye's chicken?
No. Okay.
Okay, so that's cooking up. How long is the cooking time approximately?
For the shrimp and for the scallops, probably roughly 10 minutes. We put it in. It's now about 8-9 minutes after 2 o'clock. The wings might take 15 minutes, but they go. It goes pretty fast. In fact, I've used lamb. I can do in about 10 minutes. Do lamb, grape tomatoes, onions, garlic, and it's sort of like a shish kebab. We call it a Grillie kebab. And I put it all into the Grillie. I put about 2.5 pounds of food in there. That cooks in 10 minutes.
I found it amazing. I want to go to your website for a second. If you can kind of look at your site here for a second and tell us about some of these dishes like the Italian hot dogs. I mean, that looks, I've done this myself on the Grillie, but I mean, absolutely amazing. And everybody gets to eat at the same time. And the kids just love this.
Well, the Grillie, you think, because you're filling all this food in there, is how does it cook so evenly? And I can only say this. that was one of my first concerns when I developed the idea. It just does. One of the reasons I believe is because I cook at high temps and I keep the cover closed and I try to cook around 400, 450. And you rotate this every 4 or 5 minutes, so you're going to get the cooking from the flame as well as convection heat. So when I put all those ingredients in for the Italian hot dogs, I'm telling you that dish right there, everything cooks through and through, and it is
Now,
super.
I have a question though.
Yes,
I
sir.
see looking at this picture here. Did you get a call from the hot dog police? Because I see bacon, that you put
Ah,
bacon inside your Italian hot dog.
you caught me.
It-
I did not get a permit to put the bacon on the Italian hot dogs, but I
Now,
think
I'm
that
actually amazed by this invention that you call the Grillie Philly. What are Grillie Phillies?
that was an invention my son and we sort of collaborated on as we were after about a year of using the Grillie. We looked and said, what else could we make with this? Because it likes round things. Like we cooked meatballs with it. We cooked a lot of different types of meatballs. And I said, geez, what else can we make in here? So we got the thing.
Is this pasta? This is pasta?
It is. So we got to thinking of taking some pizza dough, just what you see like that there. We would thin it out, we'd roll it out, make it about an 1/8 inch thick, and then we would put it into a cup, form the shape, fill it with a filling, whether it's pasta or eggs and bacon or broccoli and cheddar cheese, for example. And then we'd fold them over and we would end up with the Grillie Philly. 7 minutes later, the Grillie Philly. My friend Bruce called it the Grillie Knish. It is
Huh.
sensational.
Now, I want to point something out. Living here in New York City, I have the opportunity of eating at some of the best restaurants in the world. And I eat a lot at David Boulay, which is one of the 5-star restaurants here in New York City. And I have to tell you, talk to us about this dish. I mean, because it looks like something I would get at Oriel or La Bernardin or Boulay here in New York City. I mean, this is just absolutely mouthwatering. This is your Grillie salmon, butternut squash, noodle, spinach, and garlic.
It is the Grillie will cook seafood better than any other device out there. There's no comparison. I cook a lot of seafood now because of the Grillie. I used to not cook seafood. I used to only cook meats, and a few vegetables. But now I cook everything. But that salmon is sensational because you can mix it all in together with the spinach, the salmon, the butternut squash noodles there. And you can mix in other things with it. And that's what it comes out like. And I can do that roughly in 10 minutes. It's done. Pour it into a big plate and serve it like that. It looks like a 5-star meal. It tastes like a 5-star meal. And
Now, when I saw this next dish,
gourmet chef.
when I saw this next dish, I thought, okay, now he's toying with us. Meatballs? Are you kidding me? Barbecue meatballs? How did you come up with that?
Well, I said in the very beginning, once I started using the Grillie, I had to just kind of remove my old way of thinking on grilling and then ask myself, what does the Grillie like to do? So I had to think like a Grillie. And then I started saying, well, how about round things? Grillie likes things to roll around in, so why not meatballs? We put them in. Those meatballs take 10 minutes, and I put in celery, onions, and garlic with it. That is a fantastic dish. Put that on Portuguese roll. Superb.
Now I got to tell you, I really enjoy your catchphrase, which is barbecue with imagination. I just love that.
Well, the other day I got a text from one of my customers, sent me a picture of 2 Grillies filled with 3 corn cobs each. And I went, no way. We're not doing, you can't, I'm thinking corn and Grillie, that's just doesn't make any sense. But she did do it, and it was great.
So this is corn on the cob, and did it come out tender?
Well, she said she would have cooked it a little bit longer. So then I tested it out this week. I'm going to tell you, it was the easiest way to cook corn on the cob. Instead of using oil, I misted it with water. And they had a little bit of a charred corn, but it was super juicy and super flavorful. It was New Jersey corn, of course. And once you start with New Jersey corn, you start with the best. But it was incredible. So all these things, when I say barbecue with imagination, my customers will come up with ideas that I never would have thought of, and they work. And just about everything I put in the grill seems to work. Oh, look at that. Nice.
So that's looking good. So you're just turning it with your barbecue fork, correct?
There we go. Seafood looks like it's going to be done in about 3 or 4 minutes. So then I'm going to let the chicken go for another 5 minutes after that. Just like
now, can you tell us about? I noticed that you like to cook a lot with fruit, and so do I.
Yeah.
But these two dishes here, the grilled pork and pear, and then the apples and kale. So tell us about the grilled pork and pear.
Well, once I started understanding that the Grillie says, look, mix things together. Put a lot of different foods in, because now it doesn't matter. The size of the food is, you can get it down to a 1/4 inch and it will stay in the Grillie. I cook peas in there, corn in there, beans in there. You'll see the chicken fiesta, but the meat and fruit is fantastic. So you can play with it. The kale and apple, delicious meal, and it's healthy. And that was the other thing.
That's interesting you say that, because I know that when I cook up on the roof here in New York City with my Grillie, my neighbors here in the building say two things. Wow, Robert, this is actually healthy barbecue cooking. And another one of my neighbors, Jackie, called it barbecue crack. She said, it's so addicting. It's so addicting, and it's so easy to do.
It is so easy, and it's so simple. But look, you're watching this all from your YouTube, your TV, your laptops, your iPhones, whatever. But you can't taste it. But when you do taste it, I'm just going to say you're not going back to any other way. This is going to open up a world of grilling that you never could have imagined. I couldn't imagine it. I didn't even think of it. Like I said, I just wanted to do vegetables. I just wanted to do asparagus. I just wanted to do some string beans. Things that are much more difficult to grill.
So I'm pulling up the chicken dumpling. I find that fascinating that you can make wontons or dumplings on the grill.
That's all frozen stir fry, veggies frozen, wontons, the chicken dumplings. So easy to do. Go to the chicken fiesta and show everybody the chicken fiesta. That to me is one of my favorites. And
that's under what category is that?
I look under the poultry or chicken or. Okay, I'm going to pull off the seafood in a minute. You want to switch over to our other camera person over here? Beautiful. Oh, good. There we go. I'm going to pull this just a little bit closer here. So the way we take the Grillie off is with tongs. Leave that chicken keeping on going there. And then we use my Grillie key, pull off the top, and I pour it in like a test tube. So you can see the Grillie, it's fairly clean, very little sticks to it. And
that looks great. It's steaming. I see the steam coming off of it.
I wish you could taste it. I mean, I'm going to tell you, this is a sensational meal. I could have made twice as much, but right now I'm going to have a little bit myself. the family, when my son gets up, he's still sleeping. He'll have some of this. But this is,
And then your daughter leaves for college tomorrow. That's exciting.
yes, Mia is going to college. So it'll be a lot of fun. And I get to drive her there at 5:30 in the morning.
So I pulled up Fran's grilled chicken
Oh,
and Fran's Fiesta.
that's the one, Franny's Fiesta chicken. That's my wife's idea. She cut up chicken into little pieces. We had all this chicken left over. She just cut it up. But she then took cans of corn, cans of beans, some onions, grape tomatoes. You can see the black beans in there. You can't grill black beans like this. This is a sensational meal. This takes about 5-10 minutes to prep, and I can tell you it is simple to do. And when it's done, you can either put it into like a burrito, or you can just eat it plain on a plate. Maybe add some rice to it if you like. It is so good. It is just fantastic. All the flavors mixed together. And I'm cooking on a gas grill. I would love to do it on a charcoal grill because I would even get richer flavor from the charcoal grill. And the Grillie loves charcoal grills. So if you're going
I saw a recipe that you did back about a month ago off a charcoal grill here in New York City.
Yep.
And you remember what you cooked that day?
Lamb and seafood. It is surf and turf. But if you do tailgating and you like to bring charcoal with you, you cook on a charcoal grill, this is the way to go. You can pre-package all your grillies. Let's say you had 10 people, 12 people. You can fill up 4 grillies, put them in a nice bag, a carry bag, that's a freezer carry bag, bring them to wherever you're going, drop them on the grill, and you're done. 10, 15 minutes later, you're serving meals for everybody, and you're finished cooking.
Well, the thing that I like about it, especially when I cook on the roof here in New York City, that everybody can eat at the same time, which I think is very valuable.
As a guy since I do all the cooking and I did all the grilling, I've always done all the grilling. A lot of times I end up having to make the hot dogs or make the hamburgers and then make the sausage. But then I go to sit down, somebody wants something else, I have to do more. So it's, it's an up and down situation with the Grillie. I can grill 80 barbecue wings in 15 minutes. And if I had 3 or 4 more Grillies, I can do another meal in 15 minutes. Done, finished. And it's easy. It's simple.
So I heard that your product is causing a bit of a problem because people are buying the Grillie for 8 of them, and then they're buying extra freezers and extra barbecues.
I've heard of people sleeping out in the backyard with their tent and an extra freezer, and they got a generator and extension cords just to run their freezers with all the food they needed to grill it. Now, I don't know if I'm serious, but I'm surely not surely. So let's see, we're almost done with the chicken wings look beautiful. Look at that. Can you see that with the other camera?
Yep.
Look at that. Oh, okay, they're going to come off right now because they look so good. So once again, I use my tongs, pretty simple. I'm going to turn off my grill so I don't forget. I have my Grillie key ready. Open her up. Put this here. Pop off the lid. Pour in. There we go. Beautiful.
We're back here.
Oh, we're back there. Let me bring you over to here. Let's see.
That looks amazing. And I'm sure the taste is absolutely incredible.
It is fantastic. These are, oh, wow. Whoa, you can smell the barbecue sauce. It's done beautifully. That is a fine, fine meal. So I just spent, basically 15 minutes. We did a lot of talking. We did a lot of, we showed a lot of different recipes, but you see how easy it was to do all this. And when you clean the grillies, you put them in, you use a Scotch-Brite pad, a little bit of soap, and then you don't have to make them polished. You want them to get a patina on them like a cast iron frying pan does. So they're going to turn a little dark. Over time, they acquire this patina, but it's perfect. I've used some of these grillies 80, 85 times now. I know my customers have used them at least 90, maybe more times. It will last you a good, I don't know for sure because it hasn't been out on the market that long, but I'm guessing at least 300 to 400 times of use. Whereas those baskets, you might use them a couple times out of the year, but they're going to collect dust. This is a way of grilling. A basket is just another something.
Well, the Grillie sets the food flavors free and they all marinate together. And that's something that I like a lot.
It's not just a product, really. It's a way of life when it comes to grilling. It's just happened to be a new way of grilling.
Well, barbecuing is a very social thing too. So plus it's safe grilling that you're not contaminating. I mean, basically you're being safe by having it in its own environment on top of the grill, and it's easy to clean. So go check out mygrillie.com. And any kind of special deals on Grillie this week?
Well, I just want to keep warning everybody. Anybody who buys these grillies, you may find yourself afflicted with the Grillie disease. You could be grillieing so much, you may lose your family. I am serious. Stop calling me Shirley. So the Grillie is a great product, but if you don't want to be afflicted with the Grillie disease, do not go to mygrillie.com. Do not go to mygrillie.com. But if you want to learn how to barbecue with imagination and take things you could never do before ever, you go to mygrillie.com. Check out the shop page. There's all sorts of deals. We have 1-packs, 2-packs, and 4-packs. We've got free delivery for the 4-packs. We've got some great offers. So, and I'm going to tell you this. The investment you make with a Grillie, you're going to get back 10 times in fun, pleasure, and in just pure creativity.
Thanks, Matt, for being here. And yes, in the website, the thing I like about the website, it's filled with tons of recipes. And I know you allow your customers to submit recipes to the website as well. So that's very engaging.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Recipe Rob.
Okay, Grill Master Matt, coming to you live from New Jersey, from the control center here in Central Park, across from Central Park in New York City. I'm Recipe Rob. That was Matt Porraro signing off. See you soon. And make sure you guys practice safe grilling.